Okay, today we're going to do division models using base 10 blocks, and last week we did a lot of multiplication. Division is obviously the opposite of most multiplication, so we're going to be looking at ways to model division to hopefully help you out to check your answers and do all that good stuff. All right. So we're going to be looking at what strategies can be used to divide whole numbers. All right. So before we get started, we're going to do our problem of the day, get our brains thinking. It says three numbers have a sum of 68. The greatest of the three numbers is 3 greater than the least number. What are the numbers? Explain how you solved your answers. So first of all, whatever number our first number is that we come up with, the last number we come up with has to be what? 3 numbers greater. So that number plus 3. So you're probably going to have to do some trial and error. All right? Try to get it worked out on the whiteboards in front of you. All right. So seeing that we have 68 and 3 to work with, the first thing that we want to do is take 68, and let me select my pen. We're going to take 68 and divide that by 3, which gives me 3 goes into 6, 2, 3 goes into 8, 2, with the remainder of 2. Okay? Now I know that my last number has to be 3 greater than my first number, correct? So I know that I'm going to be in the 20s. I know that I have 2 left over if I do 22, so that's going to give me 22 and 24, right? That's only 2 greater. All right? So I need 3 greater, so I'm going to have to go 21, 24. That's 3 greater, correct? Okay, so that's 45. So what number do I need left to make 68? Yes, sir. 23. And that fits right in between the two, so that follows the rules that they gave me, correct? 21, 23, 24. That's 6, which equals, if we add them all together, will equal 68. So explain how you solved your answer. We divided 68 by 3. We have 22 remainder 2. And then we took our 22 remainder 2 and we said, okay, we need one more left over in order to make it. So we broke it down to 21. And that gave us 3 left over. And that 21 plus 3 is 24. And then we figured out that 23 was in the middle of it. Okay, it's a little bit of trial and error. So there we go. Now, we're going to model some division problems using base 10 blocks. This is what we're doing this week. Okay? It says, in art class, 3 students share 48 markers evenly. How many markers will each student have? Well, we know that there's 48 total, right? And we know that they have to be broken into how many groups? 3. So, using the base 10 blocks, this is what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do is come up with 48. So there's our 48. Okay? We have 4 10s and 8 1s. Okay? Now we're going to divide the 10s into 3 equal groups. Just the 10 blocks, not the rest of them, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, and I have 1 left over. Okay? So I have 3 groups of 10 and 1 10 left over. Now you're going to regroup the remaining 10 block, the remaining base 10, into 10 ones. Okay? So what I will do, just to save us some time, is sit here and two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now we have 10 more blocks that we can, okay? So down here, what they want you to do is take your base 10 block and break it up into 10 blocks. So here are my 10 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these 10 go along with these 8 over here. So how many total do we have? 18, right? So I'm going to put 8 more. All right, so we have 8 more. So here's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's my original 8 ones. These are my original 8, and this is my new 10. So how many do I have altogether? 18. So we have 18 ones. Okay, now I have to take those 18 ones and I'm going to break them into how many groups? Alright, so here we go. We're going to divide the ones into 3 equal groups. Okay? So, 1 second, let me get this. Control C. Go to our next page. Control V. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. So, we can get rid of that because we don't want that circle. Get rid of this circle because we don't want it. And then we can take all of these, move them up here, and it says we want to divide our into 3 equal groups, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack them 3 tall. So each one of my rows will be my group. 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. So, what do my groups look like? How many do I have in each group? I have 6 in each one of my groups, right? So you can see I have 1 group of 6, 2 groups of 6, and 3 groups of 6. So each group has 6 ones. Now, on the other page, I separated my 10s into groups, right? And it's saying each group has blank 10. So how many 10s are in each one of these 3 groups? How many? 1. So I have 1 base 10 block. And how many ones? How many ones are in each of these groups? 6. Okay. So 48 divided by 3 equals 16. So each student will have 16 markers. Okay? All right, moving on. Okay, so we're going to do one more together before I let you guys loose. We're going to do 56 divided by 5. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to model 56 using base 10 blocks. So how many 10s do I need?
5.
So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s. Then how many 1s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. All right. So now we have to divide the 10s into 5 equal groups. Circle the groups of 10. Okay. So they want us to circle these groups of 10. The idea here is not to show that you can divide. The idea is to show that you understand when we divide, we're making even groups of the number. Okay. So I need to circle 5 groups. There are 5 10s, so I need to circle each one of the groups of 10. Okay? After that, I need to figure out how many 1s I need to add to each group. So I need to divide my 1s into 5 groups. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happened to this one? It's a remainder. Very good. So, the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to say, okay, we started with 5 10s, okay? I'm not going to separate. You know that the rectangles are all 10s. Okay? So that's my 10s. And then I had 1 for each one of my 10s because I had 5 1s that I circled. And then what happened? What did you guys say I had?
A remainder.
So that one's going to be over here by itself. So I have all these. Okay. You guys want to draw yours better when you're doing yours. That's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that should work. So how many 1s are left over? 1, right? Each group has how many 10s? And how many 1s? So 56 into 5 groups, there are 11 in each group with 1 left over. Okay? Or 11 remainder 1. My R doesn't look too good, does it? Remainder there. Okay. Very good. So there's that. Boom. Alright. I'm going to walk through this first one to talk about it. Alright. Your homework is going to be 165 and 160. Is it 165, 166, or 164 and 165? Yep. Okay. 165 and 166, 1 through 12. All right. So let's do this. We're going to use some math tools. So it's modeling 32 divided by 3 using base 10 blocks. Will there be any left over? Explain. Okay. The first thing that we want to do. Okay. It says model using base 10 blocks. We're going to draw these out so I can see that you understand how we're breaking these apart. So how many 10s do I need for 32? 3. So we'll use my trusty program here. We'll go like this and Control C, Control E. All right. Now I know that these aren't broken up into 10, but we know how many of these? 10. Okay. Now how many 2s do I need? I mean, how many 1s? Sorry.
3.
How many 1s? 2. Now, how many groups do these need to be divided into?
5.
How many groups do I have to break 32 into?
3.
3. So I start with the tens and say, okay, I have 1 group, 2 group, 3 groups. Then I go to my ones. Can I make groups out of my ones?
No.
No, I cannot, can I? Why can I not make groups? Yes? No, because there is less than 3. So will there be any left over?
No. Yes. Yes. 2.
Because 2 cannot be broken into 3. Broken up into 3 groups evenly. Okay? So 3 cannot be broken up into 2, cannot be broken up into 3 groups evenly. So now 2 through 12, you guys are on your own. I know what you're going to want to do is just write down the answers. That is not what we are trying to accomplish here. I need you to show. Now, you can use, just like I did, you can use a long rectangle for your 10 and a square for your ones. That is fine with me. You don't have to sit here and say, okay, draw your lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I need one more. And then, so you don't have to do this, okay? You can just, that's 10. All right? Know that if you're dividing by a number where you have a 10 left over, you have to break that 10 down into ones. Okay? So then you're going to have to say, okay, get rid of this and then put 10 squares in. Okay? Can you guys do that? Fantastic. So, that's what you're supposed to do for tonight. You should have plenty of time to get it done in class today. If I was you, I'd take it home and at least check your answers against the answers that will be on our YouTube page. All right? And bonus points to anybody that comes to the game on Thursday at 4:30. Seriously.
No, I get a bonus point for being here.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay? So, take advantage. How are you doing?
Hi. This is your class's writing portfolios.
Awesome.
If you want to use it for conferences, but do not let them take them home because I build it for the whole year.
That is awesome. Thank you.